Hi, I'm John from Merida.
And I'm Michael from Merida.
And today we're going to show you the changes we've made to these two 96 full suspension cross-country bikes to make them even better for our downcountry adventure.
And if you want to find out how we got on with our big adventure, be better check out the details in the bottom. But we're going to go, as John mentioned already, through some details on these 96s. The 96 is a new bike for us this year, and it comes in two versions based on the same frame. One is slightly more cross-country focused, while the other one is more downcountry focused. Again, I'm going to start with mine. I'm going to be riding the 8000 model, which is our downcountry version. It comes with a slightly longer fork, chunkier tyres, more powerful brakes, but in essence it's very, very close to the cross-country version John is riding. Because we have a massive ride ahead of us, 12 hours non-stop, we made a few adjustments just to make them a little bit more or better for the challenge ahead. Main things I changed is my cockpit. I made the slightly higher at the front because I'm an old man, therefore my back is going to give up sooner or later. But I also changed the handlebars. The reason for that being that some of the descents we're doing tomorrow are really technical, and a wider handlebar gives you slightly more control, plus it's a setup I'm riding everywhere, so I'm used to it. Besides that, I also changed the chainring. The 8000 comes with a 34. This is very steep around here, so 34 might be fine for the first 6 hours. The second 6 hours, I go for something smaller. So I ended up with a 30, which gives me the sort of get-out gear towards the end of the day.
Well, because it's a fairly hot day now and it might be a hot day tomorrow, fingers crossed, you've also made a modification to the bottle cages using a unique feature of the 96.
Absolutely. Our 96 comes with now 2 bottles, or with the capability to take 2 bottles. You need a little bracket on it to fix the second bottle cage, but that should give us now a litre and a half of water more or less, which is going to be quite important for tomorrow.
Yeah, proper full-sized 750 millilitre bottles, no little dinky bottles on these.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a lot of drinking.
Yeah. And then, as we said before, John got a slightly different bike, very closely related to mine, but John is going to take you through his changes.
So I'll be riding the 96 RC XT edition. And this is actually the more race-focused one, so it actually comes with a 100mm fork to match the 100mm at the back. Obviously that's good from terms of efficiency, but also because I'm a slightly old man and I do want a bit of a higher front end, because obviously it's going to be a bit low at the front and we're going to be riding some pretty serious enduro-style trails. So I've also lifted the bar, so it's got a riser bar on it now. It's a pretty wide bar at 800mm, and again a slightly shorter stem, just so that I'm not going to be as folded over, because the sort of position that you can hold in a kind of 2-3 hour cross-country race is not one you want to be holding at the end of 12 hours of big mountain riding. The other slight tweaks I've made is that although they're very fast rolling tyres at standard, I've gone for a slightly more aggressive front tyre. It's still pretty fast rolling, it's a Maxxis Dissector, and although I've kept the standard Recon Race rear tyre, I've actually put a tyre insert in there, just so that I've got a bit more error correction if I do take some poor line choices, which I suspect I might.
That might happen over that sort of time. And the other thing I just noticed, you were actually running some different cranks as well, which is not necessarily as it comes out of the box.
Absolutely not. They're quite special, quite fancy cranks. So much like yourself, I've gone to a smaller size chainring because I don't fancy pushing the big meat quite late into the day. But these are also Stages power meter cranks, because I think my background is not in like endurance racing and endurance riding, so I'm going to need like a real visual reminder to pace myself, and I think riding to both heart rate and a power meter is going to be really important so that I don't get carried away when I get all giddy and downcountry.
That is very much the idea with a ride like this, to pace ourselves, because the terrain is really demanding and we want to make sure we get to the end.
That's the thing with bikes like these. They're both very modern cross-country bikes, which means that the geometry is actually well suited to riding tracks that a few years ago you would not have thought to be possible on a cross-country bike. They've got steep seat angles, they've got slack ahead angles, they've actually got much more reach now. Yeah. And that means that, say, for your bike, out the box, it comes with that longer fork for more trail focus. This is a very racy bike out the box, but with a few tweaks like I've made, you can turn it into an incredibly capable, more downcountry bike that will be able to tackle enduro tracks as well as big distance.
So right, thanks for watching. I hope you learned a little bit about our 296s we have prepared for our big challenge. So we're going to put up some details about our challenge in the description below, but also if you want to find out a little bit more about the 96s and what models are available, check out the description below. That was it for me. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
And don't forget that to keep up to date with all things Merida, you can subscribe to our channel using the link here. And to have a look at everything else in our mountain bike range, check out the mountain bike playlist here. Thanks, goodbye.